Hey guys, it's Jackson and Cam here from Peak 24 and Pico Hit. Today we're just doing a quick video going over the MyFitnessPal app, how to use it, why it's important, and how to get the most out of it.
Why you should use MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal is a really good way to track the calories in and the calories out to make sure we're ensuring you're eating the right amount for your particular goal. If your goal is body composition, the only accurate way to make sure you ensure results is to track your workouts and your nutrition. Nutrition accounts for 80% of your result. Therefore, we recommend using MyFitnessPal to guarantee you get the best results.
Okay, now we're going to head into the MyFitnessPal app and show you how to use it. Okay, so now you should see a screen in the bottom corner of the video showing you the MyFitnessPal dashboard. Now, basically here we'll just give you an overview of everything that you're logging in the app, things like your calories for the day. With the premium options, you're going to get a few more options like your macros, your healthy heart, and also you can connect things like fitness trackers for your steps and your exercise and all that stuff as well. Today we're going to just focus on the calories. The first thing that we're going to do is set up your calorie goal. Now if you've done an eVolt scanner here, you'll have your calories and your macros pre-set up. I'm going to show you how to put that into MyFitnessPal and how to set it up for the right amount. So down the bottom of the screen here, you're going to notice in the bottom right corner is the More button. We're going to hit on that one there. We're going to go to My Profile. Up this top left side here, Edit Profile, we're going to hit on that and we're going to go all the way down till we find Goals. In Goals, you'll see that there's a calorie, carb, protein and fat goals. We're going to just hit on that one here. Calories, we'll dial that in to be whatever it is on your sheet or that you've spoken with a trainer. So for my example here, I'm going to use 3,200 as the calories. You can get rid of that and add in whatever your goals might be. So 1,500. Anything that works for you. Again, I'm just going to use 3,200 here. You'll notice in the carbohydrates, protein, and fat sections here, it has how many grams. Again, this will be on your scan sheet, so you can use this to dial that in. You'll have to manually adjust that with the percentage, but you'll see as I bring that percentage down here, it'll adjust the grams. So you can just play around with those until you get those macros dialed in. Down the bottom right corner here, it'll tell you a total percent. So obviously that has to equal 100. So just continue to play around with those until you've got that set up correct. Once you've got those all set up, it'll do the loading. You hit back. And now when we go back to our main dashboard, all the way out, it'll have our calories that we're aiming for set up there. Another thing that we may have to adjust is the unit of measurement. Now in the scanner, and most often we're going to use calories over kilojoules. Sometimes in your MyFitnessPal, it might start you off with kilojoules. So I'm going to show you how to swap that over as well. So we're going to go back into your My Profile, hit Edit Profile, and then go to this area here where it says Units. Click on that one, scroll down to Energy, and just make sure that that's set at calories. It might be set at kilojoules or it might already be at calories. Just make sure you have that ticked and everything else set in the right measurements for you. Once you're done, you're going to hit that tick up in the top corner, and that will save those ones there for you.
So to track your calories or your food or whatever, you're going to have to log it in. So what we want to do is we want to go from our dashboard to our diary. So as we come across to our diary, you'll see you have the option of breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, etc. What we want to do is we want to click on whatever meal it is. So let's say it's breakfast. We're going to then click on add food where it says breakfast. And then you're going to have a couple options here. So you can scan a barcode. So let's say you have a oats or something like that. You can just press that scanner barcode and scan it, and it will just manually come in with what it. If it's not scanning, what you can do is you can just manually enter in what that barcode code is. So you can just punch it in there and then press the tick in the top right hand corner. The other option is to search for a food. Okay, so let's say we were to have eggs. We've got it down here in the history because he's recently had egg and bacons, it looks like. This is on Jackson's, by the way. So what we do is we search the egg and it will come up there. If what we're looking for here is when you're going to select, we recommend that you select the options with the green tick. What this means is it's been registered by a dietitian or a nutritionist. This is accurate. One of the traps you can fall into when you're using MyFitnessPal is anyone can add in data, which is great if you're looking for something that's not there and we can add it in manually. However, some random person can add egg and put complete misinformation on there. Wherever you see a green tick, you know it's accurate. If you want to eliminate the options of only having them, you can select that tick box there, and that's highlighted. That's going to only show you foods that have been put in by a dietitian nutritionist. That way you're completely eliminating the risk of putting in misinformation and what you're actually calculating is accurate. So let's say here we have 2 eggs for breakfast. I click in there again, I can do it twice. The other option would be to open up the food and then select the number of servings, as in 2. I've already added them, so we're not going to add them again, but you would just put in 2 and then press that tick in the top right hand corner. We're going to exit out of here now, and we're going to show you how it looks in your dashboard. So as you can see there, it's showing that we've had 2 eggs for breakfast. It shows us 143 calories. And it also shows us at the top of the screen there how many our goal is, how much we've consumed, which equals our remaining.
Another thing it's important to note in MyFitnessPal, you'll notice this exercise column next to the food. If you have a watch added to that, it will track how many calories you've burnt through exercise and just throughout the day. That will add a number there which will take off your total remaining calories. It's important that we remember to ignore that number. So that scan that we've done here has already taken into account how active and how many calories you're burning per day. So we're just looking at that food number there. So ignore what the exercise says. Say if you're aiming for 1500 calories and you've had 1600 calories in the food, but it's taken off 600 calories with exercise, it'll tell you that you still have 600 calories remaining, whereas that's not the case. So that's already been predetermined in your scans and with your coaches. So again, just focus on that number in the food section there.
So what we're going to do now is we've shown you how to track your foods. One of the other aspects you'll notice on your scan is it'll have your macros. So it has your split of protein, carbs, and fats. In particular, protein is the one that we're going to focus on. We want to make sure your calories are spot on. That's going to ensure that you're either in a deficit or a surplus, which is either going to help you lose or gain weight. But we also want to make sure we're eating adequate protein. If we're eating too low a protein, we're going to lose muscle. We're not going to gain muscle. It's going to slow our metabolism down. We're not going to perform as well in the gym. We're not going to get stronger. So to make sure we're eating enough protein, what we want to do is we want to scroll down on our diary here, and we're going to look at the nutrition tab underneath complete diary. We click that there. You'll have calories in the top left, nutrients in the middle, and then macros. So you can do this one or two ways. You can look at the macros, and we can see here after eating 2 eggs, he's eaten 12 grams, which is a good percentage of his overall day. This is a great way to look at it. If you have actually eaten the right amount of calories, you can see a split. However, what I personally like to look at is the nutrients, which is the middle one. What we can see here is his goal is to eat 240 grams of protein. He's actually only consumed 13 grams. So the two important metrics here are making sure we hit our calories and we hit our protein. It's great to look for the other tools. One of the amazing things with this is we can have a look at our micronutrients, vitamins, iron, all these things are important, and based on the individual, this might be important to you, that info. But we don't want to overcomplicate things, so all we want you to focus on is making sure you're eating your protein target and you're hitting your calorie target.
So another thing that we're going to do at the end of every week, especially in an 8-week challenge, is we're going to ask you to send through your calories for that week. So we're going to show you how to find that now. So up the top left here, you'll notice that calories tab. Now right now, just underneath where it says nutrients, I've got day view and today. So this is showing me how many calories that I've eaten today. I want to get an idea for the entire week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit that little drop down where it says day view, change that to week view. Now that I'm here, I'm going to go under the total tab, and this is going to give me my total calories for the week. Again, we want to avoid hitting that net tab because that's going to take into consideration the calories burnt as well. So just make sure you've got total selected, and then from there you would just simply take a screenshot of that and send that through to your trainer so they can look at your whole week and make sure you've hit those calories every day. If you scroll down as well, you'll notice that it has calories under weekly goal. That will just let you know that if you're under or over your weekly goal of calories, and that can be a really important thing to keep note of. Under there as well, it will also have your daily average. So it lets us know how many calories you're averaging per day, and that can be a key sign. You know, if you're sticking to your calories Monday through Friday, but then it comes to Saturday and Sunday, and you're going over those calories on 2 days, that can actually set you over that calorie surplus for the week. So we want to make sure that throughout the whole week, we're staying under whatever that calorie average is that we need to hit. So that can be a super important tab to look at too. If you feel like 5 or 6 days out of the week, you're super strict with the diet, and then maybe one day you're letting it slip and you wonder why you're not seeing results, that could be the answer there. That one day you're letting slip is actually putting you over your weekly calories. So it's important to take note of that. But basically, if you just scroll there, take a screenshot of that one, send it through to the trainer, that will give us all of the information that we need.
One of the things we wanted to add before we wrap this up is it's really, really important this information is accurate. The idea of this is to give us and you as much data as possible so we know exactly where you're at, exactly what you're eating. It's not a time for us to judge. We don't care if you're eating chocolate, chips, whatever. We don't care if you've gone over your calories. The more information, the more data you provide to us and you provide to yourself, the more honest you are, the better we can help you. This is a tool for us to measure, grab as much data, and the more data we have, the more opportunities and ways we can find alternatives to coach you and help you through this. So make sure we're really accurate at this. We're using this, we're on top of this. There's no doubt the more people use this, the more accurate they are, the better the result they get. And it's not necessarily because they're necessarily eating better, it's just because they have more understanding of actually what they're putting in their mouth, and so do we. So that gives us the tools to be able to help you.
Okay, so that gives you a bit of an idea of how to use the MyFitnessPal app. There's still a lot more that we're going to cover. We're going to split this up over a few more videos, so some things like adding in meals. So if you have the same breakfast every day, you can actually add that in as a preset meal. So every single time you make that meal, you're not constantly adding in every single ingredient, having to measure everything out. You can do it once, save it there, and then it saves you so much time and hassle. We'll show you how to properly measure your food, how to properly put that all into MyFitnessPal so we can make sure you're doing it as accurate as possible. But for the time being, get your MyFitnessPal app set up, go through this video, make sure you set those macros and those calories up to whatever you've talked with your trainer or whatever's been on your scan. Have a bit of a play around with the app, just add some food to it to get familiar with it, and then in the next video, we'll go a bit more in depth about how to add meals and recipes. Thank you for watching. Jackson and Cam signing out.